autumn has arrived in the Mid-Atlantic region of the U.S., and it is a glorious afternoon at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Today we've got a fun little clash in the AFC, as it'll be the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They go play action now. Jackson. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference.
Jackson looking to throw right away. His throw incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson now. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Only took them 3 plays, and they're already in the red zone, just like that. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your play.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Well-timed effort by Darius Slay. A sack on the corner blitz.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Tucker's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first at 3's in. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Mahomes now to throw. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's the 4th-year man, J.K. Dobbins. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter.
Ravens 3, Chiefs
0. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's Hill on the return. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
It was Myles Garrett that time who got in there and brought him down.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. Open man is Fortson. He's got it. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Throwing is Mahomes on third. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Mahomes finding his tight end Kelce for a big one. 41 yards for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run with the second-year man, Isaiah Pacheco. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Valdes-Scantling. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Another catch for Valdes-Scantling. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now Mahomes. And he's got it. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Marquez Valdes-Scantling bringing in that one from Patrick Mahomes. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
To throw is Jackson. It's on the ground, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelce. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A 6-yard
And there's a
pickup.
completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
That ball is caught. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal.
And they ran just a little underneath route here on 1st and goal, but there's really not a whole lot of room to operate this close to the goal line. He's just not able to get loose after the catch.
Second and goal from the 1. And again, it's Mahomes. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Touchdown! Isaiah Pacheco, as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before.
Because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Fred Warner, the all-pro linebacker, there on the stop. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Mahomes to throw on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. He'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 7. Play action. It's Jackson rolling to his right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Watch out for Hill on the return. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. We're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
3rd and 12. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Chiefs 14, Ravens 3.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Jackson on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. Now that'll be caught by Kupp. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Beckham.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now it's Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Quick slant complete to OBJ. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
A big play here. 3rd and 2. Jackson to throw. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5-play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
A little less than 90 seconds to go. This will be an onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Yeah, another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Here's Pacheco once again. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down 14-11, a minute 13 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Jackson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. He'll get this to Flowers, left side. But that's not going to help the cause as he stops short of the 10.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Into the hands of Beckham. And he will have a Ravens 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Well, I'm no coach, but there's just not time right now for throws that short.
Yeah, sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. As Coach Madden liked to say, sometimes you have to take what you want.
Now this offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Here's Jackson. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Jackson. The throw here, right sideline, falls incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
One last shot for Jackson. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Baltimore, so long, everybody. A month or two from now, the chilly hand of winter will certainly seize upon the Midwest, but for now, it's a great afternoon for football at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Right to the air is Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And the Chiefs D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Simmons. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here. Now a 7th-round surprise from a year ago. It's Isaiah Pacheco down to about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down and 6 now. Mahomes now to throw. Going across the middle, and Valdez-Scantling has it. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he will have the Chiefs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key third down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. So let's pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. The sack there by Roquan Smith. First and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on second and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
Travis Kelce, and down to the 7-yard line. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's got Hardman in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there with an amazing diving catch. And the Chiefs post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. The Ravens offense back out there. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. Room here to run. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 31 yards there and a first.
Needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Play action. It's Jackson. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. They're going for it with Dobbins. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
And managed to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
They'll take over first down 10 at the 43-yard line.
After the interception, here's Jackson. To the sideline and incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
2nd and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Jackson now. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. He's got his man. It's Andrews. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here's 3rd and a few inches. Now it's Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. Over the middle to Beckham. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Second down and 3. Ball on the 7. To throw is Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Jackson. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and they are on on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
Let's do this, man.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now here's Mahomes. Locates Hardman for another catch. And Hardman's going to pick up a Chiefs first down as he'll get this down to the 40. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Pacheco. And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. worked his way back inside, and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he will slide to a halt with a penalty marker down on the play. So they decline the holding penalty and will take the down instead, as that leads us to fourth. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off, and he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. A fake on the jet sweep and a give to Dobbins. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. We're back now in KC. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now Hill to return it. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. KC's offense ready to take over. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides, and there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Ravens are right back in this football game. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. A short throw caught by Andrews. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing is Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
On third down, here's Dobbins. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
A gain of 1 yard. First down, Baltimore.
Now Jackson on first down. Pass complete. It's likely.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 35-yard line.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. Jackson connecting with Andrews. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Jackson to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here comes second down. Throwing, Jackson. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Jackson.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Here's Jackson.
A short throw caught by Andrews. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
The Arrowhead crowd in full roar. Here's third down. Now Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
This is 1st and 10. Throwing now is Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Here's Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Now Jackson. Pass is taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first.
Well, you have to be aware defensively that you've got 2 goals because obviously you're trying to prevent the touchdown, but you're also trying to keep it from getting a first down as well. That time they weren't up to the task, and it's 1st and goal.
Jackson to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And now here comes Kansas City. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Here's a 2nd and 7. One final try from Mahomes. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Kansas City, so long, everybody. autumn has arrived in the Mid-Atlantic region of the U.S., and it is a glorious afternoon at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Today we've got a fun AFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
They're on the 15-yard line.
Jackson, first play, going to throw. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked up by Lavonte David. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him,
and he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Come on, let's go. Let's dominate this. It's so critical, baby. Once again, we got to get it done as a group. Let's do this, man. Give us y'all.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Jackson's throw taken in by Adams. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. That'll give him 8 that time. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. I have to imagine many defensive coordinators had a sleepless night trying to game plan ways to slow down Lamar Jackson. What do you think is the most effective way to try to do it?
Well, you've got to be a little counterintuitive because normally you're sitting on the wide receiver 1, aren't you? But with Lamar Jackson, I'd sit on the tight end. He loves to throw into the middle of the field, loves that position as his #1 target. Take that away and hope you have a corner who can stand up man-to-man against his speed guy on the perimeter.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins. And taken down just shy of the 40.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. A give up the middle to Dobbins. They'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll send a tight end in motion right. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this returnable for Hill. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. At that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Not much happening offensively here early on. That's 2 drives and 0 first down. This defense, they've come to play, and they're the better of the 2 units here so far.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. Returnable here from the 38. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Jackson now. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter with the score Chiefs 3, Ravens 0.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he'll take this down to the 44-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
from the 35. Here's second and a couple. Another run here with Dobbins. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Dobbins with a typical strong run, and 3 years in, you still feel like you haven't seen all he can be as a pro. Injuries wiped out 2021 and part of 2022. But when he's out there and healthy, he can be electric.
They go play action now. Jackson, a short throw caught by Andrews. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now Jackson on second down. Yet again, targeting and finding Mike Andrews. And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And it's caught. Powering his way forward. Touchdown. Cooper Kupp, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
That's the score. Ravens 7, Chiefs 3.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And Hill will opt for the touchback. And Kansas City's offense now set, ready to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Mahomes now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Mahomes to throw. His throw incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They run with the second-year man, Isaiah Pacheco. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Tommy Townsend now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's taken to the 26. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner puts it on, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Mahomes now on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for second and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Mahomes will try again on second down. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Mahomes now to throw. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And just shutting him off there. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches. And they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space. Let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And again, it's Mahomes. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
After the interception, here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Now Jackson. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And Jackson throwing once more. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
and 10.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football. So instead of forcing it to the sideline, he's just going to put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So the field goal unit is coming on here, and boy, this is going to be darn near impossible. This kick to shatter the NFL record, a 69-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. Time enough possibly for one heave to the end zone. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 4-point game. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Mahomes going to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Mahomes going to fire this out wide to Hill. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hill. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down.
Second and 4 at the 45-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Coming in to put a lick on him was Lavonte David.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 10.
3rd and 9 here. To throw is Jackson. The throw out wide going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? or they're going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction.
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. He hasn't really had a game to remember, but that conversion right there is something to hang his hat on late.
It certainly is. And in these situations, what you're really looking for is the guy who's not worried about his stats, not worried they didn't get 100 yards in a game, but will make that dirty, gritty run that you have to close the game out, as we just saw there.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. And he has the Ravens first down, and it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it. And they'll indeed take a knee. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching him take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game. But, hey, they got enough points to get the job done. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win. And in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.